Everything is collapsing. You can feel it in your chest, a physical weight, heavy and suffocating. The relationship you thought was the bedrock of your life is crumbling beneath your feet. She has become cold, distant. And then, she says the words that stop time. I want a divorce. I need space. I don't love you anymore. And you? You are panicking. The ground has opened up. Your instinct, your primal, desperate instinct, is to grab onto the falling debris. You want to talk. You want to explain. You want to pour your heart out, make promises, remind her of the wedding vows, appeal to her conscience, bring up the children. You are drowning, and you are flailing your arms, trying to swim. But listen to me closely. Every move you are making is dragging you deeper to the bottom. You are currently the architect of your own destruction. Every text you send, every tear you shed, every logical argument you make is not saving your marriage. It is handing her the shovel to bury it. Welcome to the Aphorism Archive. Today, we are going to walk through the fire. I am going to give you a roadmap that goes against every single instinct you possess, every piece of mainstream advice you've heard, and every Hollywood movie you've watched. There is no universal algorithm for love, but there is a universal algorithm for respect. And right now, you have lost hers. To get it back, you must stop being the man she is leaving. You must become a ghost. You must become a stranger. You must initiate the law of radical inversion. Why are you failing right now? Because you believe that this is a negotiation. You think you are in a courtroom. You think if you can just present the right evidence, the memories, the shared history, your feelings, the judge will bang the gavel and rule in your favor. But she is not the judge. She is the executioner, and the sentence has already been passed. Modern society, therapists, and pop psychology have lied to you. They tell you, communication is key. Be vulnerable. Use I feel statements. In a healthy relationship, that is true. In a dying relationship, that is poison. When a woman reaches the point of wanting to leave, the air between you is charged with a specific form of electricity, contempt, irritation. When she looks at you, she doesn't see a partner, she sees a burden. She sees a source of stress. When you say, I love you, she hears, I need you. When you say, I miss you, she feels suffocated. When you cry, beg, or plead, you confirm exactly what she has been telling herself, that you are weak. She is building a fantasy of freedom. In her mind, life without you is light, easy, and unburdened. Every time you dump your heavy emotions on her, you are proving her right. You are showing her that you are an emotional child who cannot regulate himself without her validation. I had a client once. Let's call him David. When his wife asked for a separation, David wrote her a 4-page letter. It was beautiful. It was poetic. It admitted his faults and pledged his eternal love. He left it on her pillow, thinking it would melt her heart. Do you know what she did? She took a picture of it and sent it to her sister with the caption, "He just won't leave me alone." It's pathetic. David thought he was being romantic. She saw it as harassment. She saw it as manipulation. That is the disconnect you are facing. She is not listening to the content of your words. She is reacting to the energy of your desperation. And desperation is the most repulsive cologne a man can wear. You must stop asking questions. Do you still love me? Is there someone else? What can I do to fix this? Every question you ask is a transfer of power. You are handing her the crown and kneeling in the dirt. You are asking for reassurance that she does not want to give. You are forcing her to articulate her disgust. And here is the danger: once she says it out loud, it becomes concrete. If you force her to say, "I don't love you," she hears herself say it, and her brain locks that reality into place. You are cementing your own demise. Stop making deals. I'll change. I'll go to therapy. I'll do the dishes every night for the rest of my life. This is the behavior of a used car salesman, not a husband. You are bargaining. You are saying, I will become whatever doormat you want me to be. Just please don't take away my security blanket. It appeals to her logic, but she is not operating on logic. She is operating on emotion and instinct. She doesn't want a servant who does the dishes because he's afraid of being dumped. She wants a man who has standards. By bargaining, you prove you have none. And do not, under any circumstances, appeal to her conscience or the children. Think about the kids. Do you think she hasn't? In her mind, she has already solved that equation. She believes that a happy mother is better for the children than a miserable mother living with a man she resents. She has rationalized that destroying the family is an act of mercy. When you try to guilt trip her, she doesn't feel guilty. She feels attacked. She feels you are manipulative. She will rewrite history to protect herself from guilt. You remind her of your wedding day. She remembers feeling trapped. You remind her of that trip to Paris. She remembers you ignored her at dinner. You remind her of your vows. She thinks she was too young to understand them. She has rewritten the book of your past to justify her future. You cannot read from the old pages and expect her to listen. You have to close the book. So, if you cannot fight, and you cannot beg, what do? You do the one thing she is terrified of. You do the one thing her brain cannot compute. You agree with her. This is the turning point. This is where the script flips. This is the judo throw that uses her own momentum to knock her off balance. She is ready for a fight. She has her armor on. She has a list of grievances prepared. She is expecting you to defend yourself, to argue, to cry. She is pushing against the door, expecting resistance. You are going to open the door and let her fall through. She says, you are selfish. You look her in the eye, calm, with zero emotion, and say, you know what? I have been selfish lately. I accept that. She says, I want a divorce. You say, I understand why you feel that way. If that's what you need to be happy, I accept it. She says, I can't live with you anymore. You say, I can see why. We haven't been good for each other for a long time. Do you see what happens here? No drama. No tears. No defense. No justification. When you defend yourself, you validate her attack. When you agree, you disarm her. You remove all the ammunition she has stockpiled. She is ready to list every sin you've ever committed, but you've already pleaded guilty and walked out of the courtroom. I saw this with a client named Mark. His wife came at him screaming, listing his failures, waiting for him to crack. Mark stood there, grounded, and simply said, "You're right. I haven't been the man I should have been. You deserve to be happy, even if it's not with me." She was speechless. Literally. She stuttered. She didn't know what to say because the enemy she had built up in her mind, the controlling, argumentative villain, had vanished. In his place was a man who was calm, rational, and seemingly unafraid of losing her. This creates the first spark of cognitive dissonance. She thinks, wait. I thought he was weak. I thought he would beg. Why is he okay with this? Does he not need me? Does he know something I don't? For the first time in months, she isn't thinking about how annoying you are. She is thinking about you. She is wondering about you. Agreement is the shield. Now, you need the sword. But this is not a sword of words. It is a sword of action. You must execute the great inversion. You must sit down, right now, and write a list of every single behavior, routine, and pattern you have exhibited over the last few years. Everything she expects from you. Everything she thinks she knows about you. And starting tomorrow morning, you must do the exact opposite. 100%. Immediately. Without explanation. This is not about self-improvement. This is about psychological warfare against the narrative she has constructed. She thinks you are predictable. Predictability creates boredom. Boredom creates contempt. You must shatter the predictability. The communication pattern: if you texted her 10 times a day, you now text 0 times. If you never texted her, you send one brief, logistical text at the same time every day. If you always answered her calls on the first ring, let it go to voicemail. Call back an hour later. The home pattern: if you are always sitting on the couch watching TV, you are never on that couch again. You are out. You are reading. You are busy. If you never did chores, the house is spotless. If you always did the cooking, stop. Make food only for yourself. The appearance pattern: if you dress casually, start wearing a suit or a crisp shirt. If you never exercise, you join a gym and you go at 5 a.m. every single morning. If you have a beard, shave it. If you are clean shaven, grow it. The availability pattern: this is the most critical. You must stop being available. If you were always home at 6 p.m., waiting for her like a loyal dog, you are now home at 9:00 p.m. If she asks where you were, you do not explain. You do not say, "I was out trying to make you jealous." You simply say, "I had some things to take care of." You become a mystery. Women fall in love with what they cannot fully understand. They fall in love with the space between the known and the unknown. Right now, she knows you too well. She has mapped your entire territory. She thinks, "I know exactly what my future looks like with him, and it's boring." When you invert, you burn the map. Imagine her confusion. She wakes up expecting the sad, moping husband who begs for affection. Instead, she finds an empty bed. You've been at the gym for an hour. You come home, you don't try to kiss her. You don't ask how she slept. You make your coffee, you look great, you are humming a tune, and you leave for work. She texts you later, "We need to talk about the lawyers." Old you would have panicked. New you replies 4 hours later, "Sure. I'll handle the paperwork. I'm busy right now, let's catch up later." She is reeling. Her subconscious is screaming, "Who is this man?" The man she decided to leave was a known quantity. This new man is a stranger. And strangers are dangerous. Strangers are interesting. Do not expect her to applaud. Expect her to be furious. This is a crucial warning. When you start the great inversion, she will likely get angry. She will accuse you of playing games. She will say, "Oh, so now you decide to change? Now that it's too late?" Do not fall for this trap. Her anger is a sign of life. Her anger means the dissonance is working. She is angry because you are not following the script. You are effectively firing her from the role of the prize. By not chasing her, you are signaling that you do not need her to survive. This insults her ego, but it ignites her curiosity. She might test you. She might try to provoke a fight to get the old you to come out. She wants to see the weak, emotional man so she can feel justified in leaving again. She yells. You stay calm, she cries. You offer a tissue, but you do not crumble, she threatens. You agree. You must be a rock. You must be immovable. If you crack, if you snap back into pleading or arguing, the illusion is shattered, and you lose forever. She will realize the change was just a manipulation tactic, and her contempt will double. Consistency is the only currency that matters. You cannot be this new man for a week. You must be this new man forever. If you execute this correctly, radical agreement plus radical behavioral inversion, a shift will happen. It might take 2 weeks, it might take 2 months. But the dynamic will shift. She will stop talking about the divorce. She will start asking about your day. She will start lingering in the room when you are there. She will text you without a logistical reason. What are you doing? You look different lately. She is reaching out. She is checking to see if the door is still locked. This is the most dangerous moment. Most men fail here. They see a glimmer of hope, they see a smile, and they think, it worked. I won. I can relax now. They rush forward. They vomit all their suppressed feelings. Oh, I missed you so much. I'm so glad you're talking to me. I love you. Boom. Game over. You just showed her that the new you is a costume. You showed her that underneath the suit in the gym routine, you are still the same needy, desperate man waiting for a scrap of her attention. She will recoil instantly, and this time, she will not come back. When she starts to pursue you, you must remain the ghost. You must remain the stranger. You can be polite. You can be charming. But you cannot be sold. You must treat her like a new woman you have just met on a first date. You don't know if you like her yet. You are assessing her. You are screening her. She has to earn her way back into your life. You are not trying to win her back, she has to win you back. This is not arrogance, this is self-respect. You have built a new life, new habits, new standards. Does she fit into them? I had a client whose wife, after 6 weeks of his silence and self-improvement, asked him to dinner. He didn't say yes. Finally, he checked his calendar and said, I can't do Tuesday, I have plans. But I can do Thursday. He didn't have plans. But he needed to show her that his time was no longer her property. That small refusal, that boundary, made her want him more than any bouquet of flowers ever could. Some of you are asking, isn't this manipulation? Isn't this fake? No. What is fake is pretending to be happy when you are miserable. What is fake is agreeing to be a doormat just to keep a woman in the house. What I am teaching you is how to destroy the weak version of yourself. The new you cannot be a mask. It must be the reality. You really must be willing to lose her. This is the terrible, beautiful paradox of relationships. The only way to keep someone is to be willing to let them go. As long as you need her to breathe, she will feel suffocated. As long as your identity is wrapped up in being her husband, you are a burden. You have to reach a point of genuine independence. You have to look in the mirror and say, I love her, but I do not need her. If she leaves, I will hurt, but I will survive. I will thrive. My life is my own. When you truly believe that, not just say it, but believe it, she will feel it. It changes your pheromones. It changes your eye contact. It changes the way you walk into a room. You become a man of value, a man of options, a man of self-contained power. And here's the secret outcome that nobody talks about. Sometimes, when you go through this process, when you hit the gym, when you build your business, when you learn to be alone, when you kill your dependency, you will look at her and realize, you don't want her back. You might realize that the relationship was toxic. You might realize that you have outgrown her. You might realize that the pedestal you put her on was only in your head. And that is a victory, too. Because the goal of this process is not just to save a marriage. The goal is to save you. The man you were created this mess. The man who was predictable, soft, and needy, he led you to this cliff edge. That man has to die. We are holding a funeral for him today. What rises from the ashes is up to you. The clock is ticking. Every time you beg, you lose a day. Every time you cry, you lose an inch of respect. Every time you text her a paragraph of feelings, you push her a mile away. Stop talking. Stop feeling. Stop promising. Start agreeing. Start changing. Start becoming. The relationship you knew was dead. Let it die. The only question that remains is, who will you be when you walk away from the grave? This is the Aphorism Archive. Transform yourself, and the world will follow.